Hey, this is Craig Mabbitt from Escape the Fate, and you are watching the Live Addiction with Steve-O on thebuzz.com.
I'm here at House of Blues Houston, and my guest today is none other than Craig Mabbitt from the band Escape the Fate. Craig is currently on tour in support of Escape the Fate's latest record, Ungrateful. First of all, I gotta tell you, man, I don't really say this in interviews, but the new album is awesome.
Thank you.
That opening track.
Thank you very much.
Anytime I'm in the gym or in the car, if I put on Ungrateful, I swear I lose my mind.
I love it.
If you haven't checked it out,
conversations about should we do a big intro? What should we do? And we're like, nah.
It just goes right into it.
Boom, hit them with it. So.
And the video is amazing. It's one of the most powerful videos I've seen in years.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on that. After the cycle of touring, what's next for Escape the Fate? What do you guys do after this?
We're talking about a few ideas, a few bands that I guess we've submitted for, or they want us out. I don't know. I haven't gotten too many details, but so it's just, obviously touring. We want to start getting back overseas. Especially Europe. We had a tour book there. It got canceled. And we were supposed to go over there for Warped Tour. That got canceled. So those two tours right there in Europe that have been booked, announced, and then canceled. So I would definitely love to go over there and actually play for those people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting over to Australia, getting over to Japan, all that good stuff.
Any plans for another record, or is that after?
Yeah, we're already starting to write music, and we really just want to go in and record and just start releasing songs. Maybe they won't even be on the record, but we've been talking about how in different music genres, like let's bring up the rap or the hip hop genre. Okay. There's songs coming out like that, you know what I mean? And they don't necessarily have to be on the record, or they don't necessarily have to say, hey, new record coming out, so I guess right now I'll release a single. Yeah. Write some songs, and if it's ready, put it out there for your fans, you know what I mean? So,
rad.
Been talking about that.
Cool. Well, you guys are currently on the Bury the Hatchet tour with Falling in Reverse, with Ronnie Radke, who used to front the band Escape the Fates.
Never thought I would be on a tour like that.
With that dude. Yeah, you guys used to have a lot of beef between the two bands. What happened that made you guys want to squash that and decide, okay, let's just team up and do this?
I think
Bury the Hatchet.
Yeah, I think maybe from both of our ends, and I could tell, I've talked to him about it. I think, at some point you get sick and tired of being compared to someone and always being asked about it, and always, it just was an ongoing thing that I don't think either of us cared about anymore. It was so, it's just a weird situation. It was, I'm singing for your old band, and then you get pissed off about that, but then you start a new band, and that band becomes successful, and then at some point it's like, who cares anymore? Yeah. So, he hit me up. He said, hey man, I just want you to know it's water under the bridge. How funny would it be if we toured together? And I said, man, I've had that idea since you announced you had a new project. I was like, we should tour together. That would be awesome. So that's all we needed to say. And from that point, our people talked to his people, and now here we are out on the road.
If only Bless the Fall was on this tour.
I know. I hit them up.
End all be all.
I hit them up, but they were... I think they just got home, so it conflicted with the schedule they already had.
Yeah, they were just here recently with August Burns Red. Yeah,
I saw them on that
no, I think it's great, man, because fans of Escape the Fate and fans of Falling in Reverse, they kind of had to choose, sort of, but they're fans of both music, so it's great.
It's funny, because when we first started talking about actually doing the tour, some fan somewhere had made like a fake tour flyer and said, the awkward as fuck moment tour when... or something along those lines. It was Falling in Reverse, Escape the Fate, Bless the Fall, The Word Alive. And obviously all the guys got to talking, and then it just started being too many bands. So, because TJ's like, hey, let's bring Motionless. I'm like, yeah.
There you go. Alright, so some random questions. Besides your cell phone and basic toiletries, what is like a must-have that you have to have when you're on the road? I know you were talking about some tea.
Oh man, my Jack Daniels.
Okay, Jack Daniels.
I gotta have it, or not even necessarily. I call him John Daniels.
Why is that?
Because when you know him as long as I have, he goes by John.
Okay, there you go. What's the tea concoction that you were telling me about?
I make this tea every day. I like to mentally think that it helps, because who knows if it actually does or not. But it's just honey, lemon. Okay, here's the process. You heat up the water. for the tea, obviously. Then you pour in the gummy bears. You got to melt some gummy bears in there. And then you add honey, lemon, the throat coat packet, and some Jack Daniels. You're good to go.
There you go.
That's what I drink every day while I'm doing my warm-ups. Just sip on that, and it seems to help with my throat
Good
hurting.
for the throat. Little Jack Daniels in there.
Yep.
Coolest concert that you've ever been to?
Ooh. Oh no, that's a hard question.
It could be one that you
I
played.
just always go back to my first concert because I just don't feel like anything would be as special of an experience as your first time.
Who'd you see?
I went and I saw Linkin Park.
Okay.
I think it was their first Project Revolution tour. So it was Linkin Park, Mudvayne, Hoobastank, Edema, Cypress Hill. I think that was it.
I got a
That
chance.
Yeah.
I got a chance to see Chester with Stone Temple Pilots a couple months ago.
Oh, how was that?
It was actually really cool. Like
Nice.
he killed
I
it.
want to see that.
It was
He
rad.
always kills it.
What's like the first artist or artist that got you into wanting to be a musician? Not necessarily heavy music, but just in general. It's like this band made me want to play music. You know?
I think I try to look back. I have a horrible memory these days, but I think the first
that tea.
the first band that made me want to kind of be in a band was Aerosmith, actually.
Okay.
I really started loving that band, and it got me into a lot more, of those classic rock bands. I love Journey, stuff like that, and Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi. I always play all those guys every time I'm out of the bar, and they have the touch tunes. And then
That machine's
it
great.
got a little more modern after a while. My dad liked to listen to a lot of hip hop and rap, and then Linkin Park started blowing up,
Yeah.
and they kind of melded the two. And Linkin Park actually got me into some of the heavier music because I loved how he would do the scream thing. And I mean, I used to love when Steven Tyler would do it on some song.
Yeah.
He would do it. So I was like, oh, that kind of sounds similar to that. And then I started getting into heavier bands, and the first band that I guess wasn't super heavy but had a lot of the screaming stuff was The Used. And that's actually how I joined my first band, Bless the Fall. Was they were looking for a singer, and I came and I sang to The Used.
There you go.
And that's how I tried out for the band.
What are you listening to today? Like, what's been in your iPod lately?
Honestly, I've just been laying in my bunk listening to a bunch of new. I got a side band called Dead Rabbits,
Okay.
and so I got a bunch of new mixes, and I've just been jamming that.
Jamming
every
that.
day
It's
in my
been
bunk.
stuck in the head.
Yeah.
Craziest or funniest experience with a fan or fans that you can talk about?
Let me think. I guess it always gets a little awkward when they ask you a question, but in a weird way, and then they're just really quiet, so you're awkwardly staring at each other.
What's like the most awkward question you've ever
I was at a signing once, and my girlfriend was actually there, and this girl said, "I really want to floss with your pubic hair."
Okay, yeah.
I was like,
And then she got quiet and awkward.
okay, yeah, and then she was like,
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry, am I allowed to cuss?
Oh, you've been doing it the whole time, so it's all good.
My bad.
It's all good. It's for the website.
Okay.
2013, in my opinion, was a great year for movies. I don't know if you're into movies. If you were,
Yeah, I love movies.
what were some that you caught this past year that you loved?
It came out before the new year. I hope I'm correct on that, but the new Anchorman.
Anchorman 2, yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Okay.
2013 was a great year for movies, but a lot of them that I saw, I had to wait to come out on DVD. I didn't actually get a chance to go out. Every new children's movie that comes out, I take my daughter to go see it.
How old's your daughter?
So she's 7.
Cool.
So I took her to see Frozen, and that was actually surprisingly really, really good. Yeah, I'm excited for the new year. Actually,
Yeah.
I think 2014 is gonna be awesome for movies.
If you haven't
You
already,
got the new Spider-Man coming out. You got that new Thor already came out.
Yeah.
That was sweet too. But I think the new Avengers is coming out this year. Or no, it's the what's that one called? I'm drawing blanks all over the place right now.
if you get a chance, do not take your daughter to it, but Wolf of Wall Street. It's amazing.
I've heard my
It's
guitarist
amazing.
was just telling me that. He said, "Dude, that's a really, really good movie."
Well, I like to end every interview with like a tattoo question. So if you would, tell me
Okay.
about one of your favorite or funniest tattoos that you have. We can talk about.
You know, I haven't started on this arm yet because I overthought this one way too much. It took me way too long to finish it, and now I just wish I did it and didn't overthink it too much.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite ones is the one that didn't take too much thought, and it's the Stinky Cheese Man right there.
Stinky cheese man.
Got some olive eyes and a bacon smile.
Okay.
And it's just not a random character. It's a children's book.
Okay.
My mom used to read it to me when I was a kid. So I got it, and a lot of people don't know what the hell it is, but every now and then I'll still get somebody that, like, not at a show or anything. I'll just be out at a bar and they're like, "Is that the Stinky Cheese Man?" I'm like, "Yeah. Your mom used to read that to you too?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah." So I mean, the basis of the story is just, it's a bunch of classic fairy tales told in a different way. So this guy has the cockiness of the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
But he's stinky cheese, so nobody wants to eat him.
Yeah.
So he just runs around saying, "You can't catch me," but nobody's running.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's pretty funny.
There you go, Stinky Cheese Man.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time, Craig.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, check out Escape the Fate's new album, Ungrateful. Turn it up to 11 and prepare to lose your mind like I do. I swear, I listen to that album a lot.
Well, I hope you enjoy it tonight.
There you go. I'll see you out in the pit, man. Thanks.
Cool.